In a previous life, Lin Fun had perused a novel adorned with a cover illustrating a hero clashing with the Demon King at the base of his tower. It was a rather pedestrian tale of a soul's overpopulation, one in which an individual from one realm traverses into a parallel universe, evolving from societal detritus into a celebrated hero through cunning and mockery of the arrogant. Ultimately, this very misfit triumphed over the Demon King. Lin Fun was the embodiment of such a character, having once slumped at the nadir of existence, only to be whisked away by fate. One fateful day, while engrossed in this narrative en route to his mundane job, he was struck down by a vehicle, life extinguished in a torrent of blood, and archetypal prologue to stories of reincarnation. Indeed, this was a tale of soul transmigration, and he had transitioned into the fabric of the narrative, becoming one of its denizens. He was the second son of the Ling family, the glimmer of hope for humanity, yet Ling Zhou was the true paragon, not he, merely a nondescript little brother, overshadowed by his elder sibling. These were the fragments of memory that clung to him like a shadow. However, the tides of fate were shifting. One day, he approached his father, declaring he had unearthed the whereabouts of a map that hinted at the location of a powerful artifact. He implored for a formidable detachment to aid in its retrieval. Armed with an understanding of the narrative's trajectory and an omniscient perspective, he pinpointed the map's location, marking the object capable of sealing the Demon Tower. Thus, he soon clutched the coveted card in his grasp. Presently, he stood in the grand hall of the Awakened Association's headquarters, leading his team with the conviction that even though his elder brother had perished, the true protagonist had yet to make an entrance. His moment of glory was imminent. He would emerge as the savior of this realm, a bona fide hero. Turning to Zia, the girl at his side, he declared with enthusiasm that together, they would undoubtedly procure the sealing artifact. In response, she merely chuckled. Lin Fun, shifting his gaze to her, noted her icy demeanor, a beauty seemingly impervious to the world around her. In his previous life, he would have never dared to dream of such intimacy with someone so enchanting, yet now, she was destined to be his daughter-in-law. A chuckle escaped him as he observed the timid Tannen trailing behind, resembling a rabbit perpetually on edge, seeking his protection. He gently rested a hand upon her head, assuring her that all was well within the confines of the headquarters, a sanctuary for them. She smiled back at him, her gratitude spilling forth as she affectionately addressed him as Brother Lin F. After parting ways with her, he clenched his fist in triumph, reveling in the comfortable interactions with such a light-hearted beauty, her thoughts seemingly filled with nothing but whimsical dreams. Indeed, the transmigration of the soul proved to be a formidable advantage. He strolled away from his team, waving them off, asserting that he had matters to attend to and would leave the rest to them. Tenzin, a few paces behind, posed a question about his destination. Lin Fun replied that he intended to consult the great prophet, bidding farewell to his comrades once more, all except the nonchalant Leah, who remained detached. As he departed, he mused that if he was to be the hero who sealed the Demon Tower, he was free to follow the whims of his heart. Did he truly have time for romantic entanglements? Meanwhile, his team approached the reception desk, where Leah greeted the association worker, expressing their desire for a discussion. The worker smiled, inquiring about the nature of their request. Leah expressed her wish to recommend someone for association membership. When the worker sought clarification, Leah beckoned Tannen closer, introducing her as someone who had survived a harrowing encounter with the Demon King during a dungeon expedition. Tannen awkwardly acknowledged the worker's greeting, while Leah emphasized that she was the sole survivor of a direct confrontation with the Demon King, advocating for her acceptance into their ranks. The worker, surprised, confirmed the mention of BK King Fong, a figure revered as a hidden genius, and recounted his recent brush with the Demon King, remarking that he had been killed, yet somehow, Tannen had managed to escape. The worker reiterated the name BK King Fong, stating that he had recently joined the association and was alive and well. Alarm surged through Tannen, prompting her to ask what this revelation entailed. The worker clarified that he had indeed been present but had since ventured to the chambers of the great prophet. Both Tannen and Leah exchanged anxious glances, their concern palpable as they queried if BK King Fong was truly alive. Meanwhile, the Demon King lingered in the elder prophet's chamber, a smile playing on his lips as he tightened his grip on the old man's neck, causing the veins to bulge, his eyes to roll back in despair. With the last remnants of strength, the elder begged for mercy, extending trembling hands in surrender. The Demon King inquired if the old man had gleaned a glimpse of his future. Desperation seeped from the old man's lips as he implored the great Demon King for clemency, promising to comply with any command, assuring his usefulness. Yet, the Demon King only tightened his grip further, finding the old man's pleas tiresome. He had once idealized humanity, believing them to be courageous and just, but the encounter revealed a more complex truth. Realizing the potential for finding creatures akin to himself among mortals, the unease in his heart began to dissipate. As a token of appreciation for the old man's futile efforts, he resolved to end his life swiftly. The elder prophet's horror escalated as he pleaded, but the Demon King paid no heed, squeezing until the old man choked, the sound of a body slumping onto a chair echoing in the room. With that, the Demon King departed, assuming the guise of BK King Fawn once more. He contemplated the repercussions of returning to the Demon Tower. If Lin Fun secured the sealing artifact, he would be forever ensnared within its confines. Conversely, should he interfere with Lin Fun's plans, he risked not only failure but also the possibility of death at the hands of this hero. As foretold by prophecy, caught in a quandary, he paused in the hall, acutely aware that leaving the demonic tower had grown perilous, for he had unearthed the prophecy's contents. Perhaps retreating was prudent. There might come a day when he would wield the power to alter fate. He glanced upward, recalling an emergency exit that lay somewhere nearby. Suddenly, a hand settled upon his shoulder. It was Lin Fun, casting a scrutinizing gaze upon BK King Fawn, questioning his identity, having never seen him before. In a flash of realization, BK King Fawn pivoted, fearing discovery. He donned a slight smile, introducing himself as a newly awakened member of the association, inquiring if Lin Fun required anything. Lin Fun, taken aback by the assertion, pointed at the S badge adorning BK King Fawn's chest, incredulous that someone of such rank could exist. A smile graced BK King Fawn's lips as he placed a hand on Lin Fun's shoulder, extending an invitation to join his team.